This is the life. Get to relax. Whoa, 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 whoa. Jesus. The power there. You're a little strong there, ain't you?
Yes.
Jeez.
Yes.
So, what is it?
Come on, we got things to do.
Oh, it's that time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's all you had to say, and the man handled me like that.
Well, you weren't paying attention. So.
Anyhow, you know who it is. It's Zeus Cruz of Olympian Multimedia.
Smile.
Giving you another segment of Get Things Done. In this particular segment, we'll direct you to the screen. It's another new product alert courtesy of Olympian Multimedia. Again, I have to put the disclaimer, this is not actually a new software that's out on the market. It's been out for a while. But they have done something. They have done a complete overhaul of the software and its interface to making it a lot more easier to use. It's very more straightforward compared to other types of plugins and other music making software that's out there on the market. This goes with, as you can see here, the hardware. You know I talk about Arturia a lot. This is the Keylab MIDI controller, MIDI keyboard that they have. They also have other hardware as well. I talk about Arturia a lot because my dream is to one day have a synthesizer. Unfortunately, they're very expensive. They're more expensive than workstation keyboards. So doing your research, again, I always promote that. Look into it for yourself. But I came to find out that Arturia is pretty much the closest that I can ever get to having a synthesizer, having them very authentic, crisp synth sounds from like the late 80s, early 90s that I'm a sucker for. I've talked about pigments before on a previous video, so definitely check that out. There's a little icon right here. Pigments definitely is like a synthesizer emulator for Arturia to create them really authentic synth sounds. I've talked about it in a previous video. Hope you guys check that out. I never talked about their other flagship software, which is called Analog Lab 5. I might have mentioned it before. But like I said, if you notice on the screen, if you weren't aware or familiar with the software before, you would know that they definitely did an overhaul and just made it so much more simpler to navigate it and utilize it and kind of get straight to work and, you know, putting together your melodies and so forth. So when I say it's easy to use, it's easy to use. So you see here, you come up top, and I mean, they have it set up for all where you can just kind of just scroll down, and they have all these different types of loops that you can work with, different types of instruments, different types of sounds, samples, audio samples. They have vocal samples as well, different instruments, but they also break them down to the instruments, as I just mentioned. Your brass and your winds, your drums, electric piano, all kinds of different types of keys, your leads, organs, pads, classical piano, sequence, sound effects, strings, and your vocals. So even like with sound effects, we could pick Alien Invasion. You can see how it instantly changed the screen and you're instantly there. It labels it for you so you have an understanding of what you just clicked on. Now, how crisp is that? And then, of course, with the Arturia, if you got the Keylab, that's what you're utilizing as your MIDI controller. It's a hybrid because you have your pads with your keys. So you can incorporate the pads and it gives you a different texture. See how crisp and elevated the sounds are. They sound very truly authentic. And the great thing about the sound effects, they don't sound, I know this probably be a weird thing to say, but just to use this as an example, it don't sound too sound effecty, if that makes any sense. Sometimes you incorporate different sound effects and they sound kind of cheesy. You know, it seems like it's just simply somebody took a recorder and just recorded this sound real quickly and then maybe added some type of element to it to kind of like bring the sound effect more to life. These sound effects on here sound more like you could really incorporate into your production. They sound as if you could blend it right into your melody. Or you can attach some type of drums or a layer of synth to just bring it more to life. That's the great thing about these sound effects that they have on here. Even with the vocals. Again, we'll just pick Angel voice here. I love the aesthetics, how it instantly just changes. And again, and then if you wanted to, like, again, with you guys is all about, you know, doing different things with the melody. Let's try this addictive overkill. I can't get enough with the aesthetics. I know it might not be a big thing to a lot of people, but I love the shifting of it. Sometimes just that shift and change in imagery might just give you a little bit more input and generate some type of idea out of you. So you got basic sounds like that you can utilize if you're looking for something a little bit more simplistic, right? Then you got the really cool pads on here. Let's go with the 90s mellow pads. That sound crazy. Again, it kind of gives you that arcade video game vibe. The great soundtracks that you hear in video games or even like movie, if you're looking for more like orchestrated type of stuff. This is great. And then if you notice on here, you have your taskbar within the interface to allow you to go ahead and mix it accordingly to how you see fit. And again, you have the controllers. See how it's very responsive? Where you can easily just make and mix accordingly to what you're trying to do. So the mixing involves how strong the density you want or how dense you want the filter to be incorporated. The effect that's attached to it, how much strength you want within the mix. And then you could put how much you want it to be attacked. Other effects like phaser, your delay, your reverb, your overall master, how much you want it to sustain, or even how bright you want it to go, or how not bright you want it to go. see how the overall tone of it is a little bit darker compared to what we played before, where it was a lot more brighter. And then of course you have it on here, your jog wheels to add modulation, or if you wanted to add a little pitch shifter. That's the great thing about Arturia. It's very responsive once you utilize the hardware with the software. You see how I instantly are pressing on the keys, using the sliders, the encoders, the pads, the jog wheels. Everything is just very responsive, very intuitive, easy to navigate on the screen. And you can see the plethora of different sounds that you can utilize. It's pretty much endless. So that's about it. I just wanted to kind of give you guys insight for those out there who are musicians, who are music producers, to give you another available tool that you can utilize. Definitely check out Arturia Analog Lab 5. Also check out Pigments as well. But I think I'm going to be messing with an Analog Lab a little bit more of late. They definitely have some great things on there. And then make sure that you go ahead and get the accompanying hardware to go along with it as well. Their Keylab series, MIDI controller, MIDI keyboards are outstanding. So I'm glad you guys for tuning in. You know who it is. It's Zeus Cruz of Olympian Multimedia. And the only thing left to say is get things done. Check you later.